at Lele kind of Yates' numbers there. So Tanaka 6 for 12 this weekend at the plate. And make it 7 for 13, and Edmondson rounds third, and Tanaka has his 50th RBI of the year and second of the day. It's 5-0 Oral Roberts. So Lele County Yates digs in. Runner on first, one out. Story looks at the runner Tanaka. Pitch low. One gone here in the top of the second inning. It is 5-0 Oral Roberts. Strike delivered on the 1-0. Connie Yates, an RBI single and a run scored last inning. Hit one out to left, nice and easy in front of Jaden Stone, and then got to jog in on the two-run shot by Martell Davis. Another wild pitch by Story, and Tanaka gets to advance to second. Story looks back at Tanaka on the set. The 2-1. Connie Yates fights this one off. Count back to even at 2-2. The 2-2. Inside, full count. First full count of the day for Jake Story. Base hit down the third baseline. Tanaka will score with ease from second. Connie Yates, an RBI stand-up double. And it is 6-0 Oral Roberts. So both Tanaka and Connie Yates off to a 2-for-2 start, both 2 RBIs. That brings up Cooper Combs, who was the first out of the ball game. Grounded one out to first. Fouled off. Minnick thinks he's got a chance here in front of the press box, and he makes the catch. Somehow doesn't touch the fencing back here, just out of our camera view. But the catch is made, and a second out and a big retirement there for the Bears. That brings up Martell Davis, and the wind blowing again out to left field after he sent one over that left field wall for a 2-run home run. Fouls off the first pitch opposite way. Lele Connie Yates, by the way, 37 RBIs for him now on the season. And that was his 10th double of the year. Davis, base hit out to left field. Connie Yates keeps the scoring going from second. Good throw in by Stone. Holds it to an RBI single instead of a double. But it's 7-0 Oral Roberts. 16 runs over the last 3 innings. That's how you wake things up. After feeling like you were backpedaling into the playoffs on a 4-game losing streak. And it's all Golden Eagles right now, and that might be all she wrote for Jake Story here today. Davis now with 27 RBIs on the season and not even a discussion. Story knew it, hands the baseball right over to Mike Anderson. So not the senior day Jake Story was hoping for, and the Bears have to go to the pen here early, down 7-0, 2 gone here in the top of the second. New pitcher for Northern Colorado. Well, it's the plan they were going to go with anyway, but Lucas Stone is out on the hill a lot earlier than he was thinking. A 7.91 ERA, a 2-4 record, making his 18th appearance and 12th out of the pen. He's thrown 33 innings of work, 27 strikeouts to 24 walks, 29 earned runs, 35 total runs on 39 hits, and starts things off. Letting Martell Davis knows that he's there on first base. 7-0 Oral Roberts here in the second inning with 2 outs. Cooper Kelly at the plate, but won't see the first pitch yet. Kelly singled up the middle for the final base hit of the first inning. Couldn't go anywhere from first base. Jake Story still responsible for Davis. Kelly pop up behind second base. Barber calls Pruski off, and he takes care of it on the first base side of second. But Oral Roberts puts up another 3 runs on the board. They're up 7-0 here in the regular season finale. Looking to take the series this weekend. Bears will try to get their offense going with Pease, Griffin, Bullard coming up. bottom of the second inning, and Nathan Love couldn't ask for a better start from his offense. He gave up a single in the first inning, but no damage done. It faces off against Sam Pease here to start the bottom of the second. Pease, the DH today, the reigning Summit League Offensive Player of the Week. A pretty good encore for him so far this weekend. Love sets for the 1-0. Catches the outside half there. Count even out 1-1. Pease went 2 for 3 in the win on Thursday. Had a home run. Three for 6 at the plate this weekend with 3 runs scored. And a blooper here to left, and the dive, and the catch is made by Cooper Combs. Pease robbed of a base hit there. He's retired to the dugout for out number 1, and that brings up Mason Griffin. Griffin 1 for 4 yesterday, 1 for 3 on Thursday. For a 2 for 7 count with a run scored. The lefty true freshman will dig in. Strike delivered to Griffin. Both these teams looking to close out the regular season with a series victory. Obviously, a long way to go for the Bears right now. The 0-1 runs low and inside, count 1-1. Oral Roberts here in the Summit League, 5-1-1 in their weekend series. Bears 4-3-2. Pitch in the dirt. Count 2-1. Fouled off there by Griffin, and the count now even at 2-2. The number 6 hitter in the order, Jake Bullard, on deck, will get a chance here in the inning no matter what. And then Minnick and Barber coming up to finish the first time through the lineup card for UNC. Griffin goes golfing with a tag applied by Maynard. Locks in the second strikeout of the day for Nathan Love. Jake Bullard strolls up to the plate. Bullard, one of the 9 players honored pregame for Senior Day for UNC. Lines one straight back. Bullard hitting just .217 now on the season. Has started all but one game. Pitch in the dirt, count even at 1-1, but he's one of the guys you'd like to see a big game out of here today to give him some confidence heading into next week. Bullard's 0 for 6 with a run scored this weekend. He moves ahead 2-1. High bouncer to short, and it eats up Ellis. Right through the wicket there, trying to tuck the glove into the body to grab that baseball, but it's through. And Bullard reaches safely with 2 outs. base hit for Bullard. And that brings up Zeke Minnick. The sophomore hitting .260 on the year, making his 26th start this season, his first year in a Bears uniform. Transferred in conference from Omaha. But a Colorado kid coming back closer to home. Takes a strike here. One of 25 Coloradans on this year's Bears roster. The 0-1 misses. Count even at 1-1 for Love. The 1-1 taken for strike 2. The 1-2 down the right field line, but it's out of play. Cooper Kelly, no chance to make a put out in foul territory like he did last inning, at least on that one. They'll try the 1-2 again. For Oral Roberts, no rush to get out of town. They're staying overnight again here after this one. Then they'll leave tomorrow, and instead of going back home to Tulsa, they'll go straight up north to Minnesota and be ready for Wednesday's first-round contest. The question is, do they face off against these Bears, or will they face off against the South Dakota State Jackrabbits? Minnick stayed alive with that foul tip. Count stays 1-2. And we won't have the answer here today because Omaha and South Dakota State don't start for another few hours. 5 o'clock Central, 4 o'clock Mountain Time on the Summit League Network. Minnick refuses to go down here. Another foul off, and we'll try another 1-2. 7th pitch of the at-bat. The longest for Love here in the early going. Ball 2. Bullard on first, 2 outs. Bears looking for anything to get their offensive day going. Try to start chipping away at this 7-run lead for Oral Roberts. Check throw, Bullard underneath the tag of Kelly. Two up the middle. Ellis, the flip, makes up for that miss a moment ago on Bullard. And it's another 4-up, 3-down inning for Oral Roberts defensively. The 6'4 fielder's choice puts us through to the top of the third. And the Golden Eagles, hoping the bats stay red hot. They have scored 16 runs over their last 3 innings of offensive baseball. Up 7-0 here. It'll be Maynard, Campbell, Ellis, bottom third coming up. Top of the third inning, Oral Roberts in command already, 7-0 here in the regular season finale. Sean Nash here with you on the Summit League Network, brought to you by the power of Midcoast Sports Plus, and also live on the UNC Bears Athletics YouTube page. Matthew Maynard, the number 7 hitter, leads it off as Lucas Stone gets a fresh frame to work with, came in and got the final out of the second, taking over for Jake Story. The sidearm misses low. 2-0 the count. Maynard went down swinging against Story on a 2-2 for the second out of the first. Ball up high. He's ahead 3-0. Catches the outside edge. Ball 4 outside. It's a 5-pitch walk to Maynard to start off the top of the third. Keaton Campbell will come up to the plate now. He was also a strikeout victim in the first, went down looking on an 0-2 count. First pitch, and Campbell fouls it off into the on-deck circle. Nice bare hand by Ellis there. As he waits on deck. Check throw over to first. Maynard back safely. The 0-1. Count here now 1-1 to Campbell. Grounder foul. Shane Opitz has to get out of the way there, the assistant coach for UNC. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stone looking for BBK here after surrendering the opening walk. Won't get the bounce back K, but may get a bounce back fly out. Griffin there, and makes the catch at right center. Runner tags. The throw's there. Barber's got the double up. Not sure why Maynard exactly went there. But just like that, 2 outs here in the third. So the Bears a chance for a 1-2-3 inning here to finally put a 0 on the board. Hudson Ellis looks at a strike on the outside edge. Ellis, first time up, grounded out to second as he foul tips that one into the catcher's mitt. Leading off last inning with an out. Danger of dropping to 0-2 here on the day. He went 2 for 5 in yesterday's win, and 1 for 4 on Thursday in the opener. Pitch low in the dirt, and the count is 1-2. One, two, driven out to right center field. Griffin, same spot as a moment ago, makes the catch, and it turns into a 1-2-3 inning. So the Bears finally with a 0 on the board, and a good start for the younger of the Stone brothers on the hill. We'll step aside and come back with the bottom of the third. Barber finally gets his first chance to bat, and then back to the top with Brandon Sanchez and Jaden Stone coming up for UNC. Bottom of the third inning, Brett Barber, the number 9 hitter, gets his first cracks at the plate here on this Saturday series and season finale. Oral Roberts still up a touchdown here, 7-0. Nathan Love, first pitch in there, called strike. Barber went 1 for 2 yesterday, drew a walk at the plate, went 2 for 4, so he's had a pretty good final weekend here at home in a Bears uniform. Flare out to right, but the catch made by Will Edmondson on the run-in. First time through the lineup, Bears managed 2 base hits. Nothing to show for it. Brandon Sanchez comes back up for the second time at the top of the order. Thought he was walking to start off the ball game, even threw the bat away and started the jog, but got rung up on a pitch that he thought was outside. Bears conglomerate certainly thought it was outside too. One of 2 strikeout victims of Love, first time through the order. Sanchez takes a ball there, and that's pretty close to where that strike 3 was called. First time up against him. This one in. Evens the count at 1-1. Hard grounder to short. Ellis, no problem with the fielding, but a high throw, and the tag not applied, and Sanchez is safe. But now he's out because Sanchez turned the wrong way. And he got tagged, so good job by Cooper Kelly to stick with the play. And Brandon Sanchez with a mental mistake there. Now Mike Anderson's going to come out and argue. But Brandon turned the wrong shoulder there. He turns away towards the dugout, he's good. But because he turned towards second, even though he had no intention, well, that's a tag out. And Mike Anderson, who was shown the early exit yesterday, wasn't thrilled with a couple calls from the umpiring crew. And he's making an argument here with our first base umpire, Ryan Carl. Stephen Craze, our third base umpire, is the one that Mike Anderson had issue with yesterday. Luis Villalobos, a veteran umpire here at UNC. Tried to be the peacemaker in yesterday's game, but Mike Anderson had enough of it and said enough loud words from the dugout that eventually got thrown out of the game. The big thing yesterday was Tanaka swinging at a pitch in the dirt that they said he somehow foul-tipped. Should have been a strike 3. And that is what the final straw was for Anderson yesterday. As he still continues the argument here just off camera at first base. You can see everybody looking, watching on this conversation. Mike Anderson down 7-0, looking for anything to get the boys going here today. He's trying to battle for his team and get his runner back on first base. Sanchez was safe. The tag was not made by Kelly when he jumped up and tried to reach down and swipe at him. The issue is after the cross into the bag where Sanchez turned in the direction towards second, and there's Mike Anderson still adamantly arguing. He wants an appeal and wants the umpiring crew to talk things over. And they will at least huddle up and talk it over. So our blue crew will meet. Mike Anderson there, a long discussion, but he was emphatic but calm. But it's a quick discussion, and they're going to stick with the out. Very rarely with those meetings will you see a change call unless one umpire saw something so egregious that they have to change it. And that's why you're seeing the implementation of the replay system more and more. I gotta imagine we're at most a year or two away from all Division I parks having to have a replay system. Of course, a lot of the Power 5 schools use it already. Jaden Stone at the plate, 1 for 1 today. Without bases empty, 2 outs. Stone ahead in the count, 3-0. Love in danger of surrendering his first walk today. The 3-0 down the middle. Stone no interest in swinging. 3 balls, 1 strike, bases empty, 2 outs. The 3-1, and Stone's walking. Jaden Stone, a Quick Star Summit League Offensive Player of the Week a few weeks ago. He has just gotten better and better in the Bears lineup. His first Division I season after transferring from Hastings College. Now Logan Pruski trying to erase the weekend offer. Popped up to foul territory to Cooper Kelly back in the first, his first time up today. 0 for 8 at a play here on strike 1. Another first-year Bear. Transferred in from California, from Folsom Lake College. Listed classification-wise technically as a redshirt junior. Grounder to short. Ellis the throw to Davis, and once again it is a fielder's choice by the middle infielders that ends the inning here. So the Bears could have had 2 aboard. Brandon Sanchez, all he had to do was turn towards the dugout. He'd have been safe, but instead he's the second out, and it's 3 above the minimum for Nathan Love so far. Scoreless through 3 for Oral Roberts. They're in command 7-0. They'll try to extend their advantage with the top of the order up again. Edmondson, Tanaka, and Connie Yates will face off against Lucas Stone. Top of the 4th inning, Oral Roberts top of the lineup. Lucas Stone back to work. Ball blown away to Will Edmondson. 2 for 2. 2 singles, 2 runs scored so far for him. The 1-0. This one past Barber, or rather Sanchez at third base. And it is another single for Will Edmondson. His 3rd of the day in front of Makani Tanaka. Tanaka 2 for 2. Triple back in the first. Single in the second. Both good for RBIs, and he's come around to score both times. Takes a strike here at the belt on the inside edge. Tanaka came up a double short of the cycle on Thursday. Finally got that double late yesterday. So he's got the weekend cycle at the very least, but that's not one they necessarily track. Would have been the first cycle since 1997 and only the third in Oral Roberts history. After the foul tip, he's behind 0-2. Takes strike 3. Lucas Stone gets the ring up. His first strikeout of the day. And there's one gone. With Vailele kind of Yates up next. He's 2 for 2, 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Most recently doubled in the second inning. The DH digs in with a runner on first, 1 out. Stone, the lefty's advantage. Can always look at the runner on first, throw over. Edmondson back without a slide. Grounded to third. Sanchez trying to start the double play. Barber the turn. Yes, sir. 5-4-3. And Lucas Stone comes in. Has some confidence as he walks to the dugout. Gets the top of the order in order. 1, 2, 3. And the first double play we have seen this weekend turned by the Bears. We'll step aside. Bottom of the fourth. They need the offense to respond. Mooser, Pease, Griffin, middle third coming up. Bottom of the fourth inning, still 7-0 Oral Roberts after both teams held scoreless in the third. UNC looking for their first offense. Ethan Mooser at the plate. Into a 6-4 fielder's choice to end the first inning. Fouls off the 1-0. Nathan Love so far, nothing spectacular, just nice cruising altitude. This will be pitch number 50 for him. Breaker stays outside. Count 2-1. So for Love, probably another inning or two as long as UNC doesn't start figuring him out. And then no reason to push up the pitch count too high on him. Then he'll be ready to go to make one of the starts coming up next week up in Minnesota. (3-1) to Mooser. Mooser skies this one. First base side, foul territory. Kelly thinks he's got a track on it, but the wind grabs it, and Kelly, because he slips there, does he make the catch? He did. Wow. Lost his footing, nearly did the splits there on the entryway to the Bears dugout. And Ethan Mooser, that's a tough out to take as he heads to the dugout, one away. Ahead in the count in that one. That brings up Sam Pease. Pease fouls off the first pitch, but this out of play. He got robbed of a base hit his first time up, leading off the second inning. Cooper Combs made a great diving catch. The 0-1 to Pease. Same song, second verse, fouled out of play, 0-2. Grounder to short, slow roller to Ellis. The roll up into the leather, a little bit of a high throw, but still on target to Cooper Kelly for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down to start the bottom of the fourth inning. Mason Griffin will try to get the 2-out rally going. Strikeout victim swinging on a 2-2, committed to one. That was low, well below the zone. Back in the second. Nathan Love looking for 4 scoreless. Hard hopper foul, first base side. As a foul tip into the catcher's gear. Moves the count to 0-2, so Love can return the favor of a 1-2-3 in the top half. Hasn't had one yet. Bears have gotten one to reach at least in each of the first 3 innings. Swing and miss, strike 3. The tag applied by Maynard just to be sure, and it is a third strikeout for Nathan Love. And we have 6 up, 6 down here in the fourth inning. Defenses have shown up after the early hot start for Oral Roberts. They'll look to get their offense back going with the middle third of Combs, Davis, and Kelly. Cooper Combs leads off the top of the fifth inning for Oral Roberts. Lucas Stone continues to work on the hill for UNC. Starts off with a strike outside low corner. Combs 0 for 2. Grounded out to first back in the opening inning, and in the second popped up right in front of the press box. Our perch here to Zeke Minnick, the catcher. Strike 2 delivered. The 4-5-6 for Oral Roberts here. Davis and Kelly coming up as well. No 3-pitch strikeout for Stone. That one stays wide. Back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings for the Bears after they've turned 2 double plays here today. The 1-2 foul will keep the count the same. Bears did not have a double play in either of the first 2 games. They've got 2 in as many innings here. Up the middle and through for a base hit. And Combs erases the 0 for 2 next to his name today. Martell Davis back up to the plate. 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs. Had the 2-run home run to make it 4-0 in the first. And the RBI base hit to make it 7-0. Lays down the bunt. Nowhere to go as Bullard fields it from first. Stone not going to win that race against Davis. And it is a bunt single for Davis to put 2 aboard with no outs. Cooper Kelly up to the plate. He is 1 for 2. He was the first batter to face off against Stone. Lucas finishing his first time against the lineup there. Has been able to settle things down up until this point, giving up the 2 base hits to start off the inning. And another base hit out to right field. See if the runner goes. They'll hold him at third. Mooser throws it in on the single by Kelly. 3 straight singles, bases are loaded for Matthew Maynard. Maynard walked last inning, but then he was doubled up for 2 innings ago in the third. And for some reason, tagged from first. And Mason Griffin had the easy throw out to Brett Barber. And Mike Anderson out of the dugout. See if this is just a chat with Stone or if he's seen enough out of the sophomore today. Doesn't ask for the baseball immediately, having a chat. Coach Anderson with NCAA postseason success. Led the Nebraska Cornhuskers during his 8-year tenure to a College World Series appearance. But trying to build up his alma mater into a program that can consistently compete for NCAA tournament bids. 2 years ago, the Bears, the record wasn't all that impressive, but they were playing their best baseball at the right time at this time of year. And they made a run to the Summit League Finals before Oral Roberts was able to put them away. But this Bears team has had that similar feeling. I know today hasn't gone their way. Yesterday's final score doesn't seem that, but they were hanging for 7 innings, and then Oral Roberts just exploded for those 9 runs in the top of the 8th. Turned it from a good competitive ball game to a blowout Mercy Rule win. Out of the meeting, Stone stays in, and Maynard looks at ball 1 outside. So he's 0 for 1 today with a walk and a strikeout. Bases loaded, no outs. Strike called. I'm sure part of that discussion, too, was to the defense on where they want to go here. Priority, got to be home if you can. Can't allow any more runs across. That's not going to matter as it's through for a base hit. This will score at least 2. A 2 RBI single for Maynard. Combs and Davis in. And it's 9-0 Oral Roberts. And they're looking to close out the regular season with back-to-back Mercy Rule wins. That will bring up Keaton Campbell. Maynard now with 16 RBIs on the season, bringing those 2 across. 4 straight base hits against Stone to start the top of the 5th here. Campbell 0 for 2 with a strikeout to end the 1st, and then he was the one that flew out into what turned into that double play in the 3rd. This one down the first baseline, foul all the way. Count even at 1-1. Bounce to the 3rd. Sanchez can start another double play, and the Bears, for the 3rd inning in a row, they get it. Another 5-4-3. So 2 gone. Kelly advances to 3rd with 2 outs for the number 9 hitter in Hudson Ellis. 0 for 2 with a ground out to 2nd and a fly out to center. Takes a ball just outside. Oral Roberts already finishing their 3rd time through the lineup. They are a full card ahead of Northern Colorado. Bears will have the bottom 3rd, Bullard, Minnick, and Barber coming up in the bottom of the 5th, and that'll finish their 2nd time through the lineup. The 2-0. Fly ball out to right field. Mooser on the sprint. And Mooser loses the cap but finds the baseball for the final outs of the Bears. Defense has turned 3 double plays in as many innings, but the streak of 4 base hits to start off the frame. And it's another 2 runs on the board for Oral Roberts. A 9-0 lead through 4.5. Bottom of the 5th, Bears got to start responding, see if they can get it going here as we continue on the Summit League Network and the UNC YouTube page. Bottom of the 5th inning, Northern Colorado's got to get the offense going in high gear here. With Oral Roberts up 9-0. And Jake Bullard stepping in for the 2nd time. Bottom 3rd of the Bears lineup, 2 up. Bullard up the middle, the nice slide. Ellis keeps it in the mid. The spin, throw, and the out. Robs Bullard of a leadoff base knock. That brings up Zeke Minnick. Minnick hit into a 6-4 fielder's choice. He battled at the plate his first time up. Saw 8 pitches before going down on that fielder's choice to end the 2nd inning. Takes a strike here on the inside half. Ball low and away. Count 1-1. Bears have been held scoreless for 11 straight innings by Oral Roberts. Their last runs, 2 in the bottom of the second yesterday. But Minnick's got a one-out base hit up the middle. Brett Barber comes up to the plate. Barber flew out to right to lead off the third, his first time at the plate today. One of the 9 seniors honored pregame for Senior Day here at Jackson Field. Sean Nash here with you on Midco Sports Plus, the Summit League Network. Also the UNC Bears YouTube page today. Ball outside to Barber. The runner on first, 1 out. Strike one to Barber. Check throw over to first. Minnick back safely underneath the tag of Kelly. Minnick has not stolen a base this season. Not very often your catchers are the ones going. Out to left and down. Should be extra bases. Minnick heads for third. Does he get the okay? They throw the stop sign. But the Bears threatening to get on the board. It's a stand-up double for Brett Barber. 6th double of the season. 7th extra base hit of 2026. In front of the top of the order in Brandon Sanchez. And it's been a day of disagreements for Brandon Sanchez. Didn't like the strike 3 call on a full count at the start of the game in the first, and then last time up, grounded to short. Hudson Ellis threw it high. Cooper Kelly jumped up, missed the swipe tag, but Sanchez turned the wrong way. He turned over the left shoulder towards second instead of turning to the dugout. Kelly stuck with him, tagged him out, and the umpires called it. Long discussion from head coach Mike Anderson and our first base umpire Ryan Carl ensued, but nothing changed. So Sanchez feeling like he should be 1 for 1 today with a walk and a single instead. He is 0 for 2, and the miss there moves the count to 1-1. Bears trying to get on the board and end the 11-inning drought. Ball outside, 2-1. Barber can extend his team best 35 RBIs here with a base knock or even a fly ball out to the outfield. Ball outside, 3-1 with first base open. Maynard got enough on that one. It doesn't roll too far away from him. The 3-1 to Sanchez. Liner, and it is a base hit. And the Bears on the board. It goes all the way out to the fence. Sanchez, will he stop at second? Makes the hard turn, and he does. But it's a 2 RBI double for Brandon Sanchez. 37 runs driven in this year, team best, and his 9th double this season as Minnick and Barber get the Bears on the board. That brings up Jayden Stone, who will look to keep things going. But before that, we're going to have a meeting on the mound here and see if that's it for Nathan Love today. A couple of arms warming up in the pen down the left field line for the Golden Eagles. This might just be a chat here and let Love go a little bit longer, but Bears get a couple more hits on him. The hook may be waiting. Luis Villalobos comes into our screen view. Doesn't even make it to the hill. Meeting over, and Love will stick to it here. Don't want to leave a guy that taste in his mouth of, I just gave up 3 straight base hits to end things for one of your starters. Let him go. Try to get a couple outs here, see if he can work out of this jam. Still a 7-run lead. No need to panic as Jaden Stone takes strike 1. Stone 1 for 1 with a single and a walk so far, but has never left first base. He drives one out to center. Tanaka backing up on the warning track. He loops, and he's there. Sanchez tags, heads for third, dives in without the relay throw going over to the bag. So Stone surrenders the out to advance Sanchez 90 feet, and Pruski will try to bring him home to get a third of the runs back, and Sanchez looking to score for the 39th time this season. Pruski, it has been a weekend to forget. Still looking for his first base hit, but get it here, it'll deliver a run as well. First pitch in the dirt. Good snag by Maynard. The only positive for Pruski this week, he's reached safely on a walk in each game. Moves ahead, 2-0. The 2-0. Bouncer to short. Ellis waits on it down the edge of the dirt. Throw a little low, but Kelly picks it up off the dirt, holds the foot on the bag, and Pruski's struggles continue this weekend. But the Bears on the board, no shutout today. A 2 RBI double by Brandon Sanchez, and the Bears back down by 7. They answer the 2 runs in the top half, and we move on to the 6th inning, top of the order. Edmondson, Tanaka, Connie Yates. They'll try to break it open again for Oral Roberts when we come back here on the Summit League Network and the UNC Bears YouTube page. Top of the 6th inning, Oral Roberts lead cut down to 7. Top of the order will try to respond. Logan Borboa takes over on the hill for the first time this weekend. But having some issues with the communication here with Zeke Minnick. He's looking at the wristband, so here comes Mike Anderson with the backup. Gives us a chance to take a look at Borboa's stat line here this season. For Borboa, making his 19th appearance, a 1-3 record. He has 2 saves this season, 6.59 ERA, 28 2/3 innings pitched, 31 strikeouts to 19 walks, 21 earned runs, 24 total runs on 28 hits this season. As Zeke Minnick gets hooked up with the fresh wristband. Borboa sporting number 22, the junior from Fresno, California, in his first year with UNC. Transferred from Cal State Bakersfield. First pitch for Borboa, it's a fly to right. Takes its time getting down back to the mitt of Ethan Musser. When Will Edmondson retired after 3 straight singles to start the day and 2 runs scored for him. And he's now 3 for 4. Lucas Stone did a good job, came in, gave up the 2 runs last inning, but took care of the last 10 outs after Jake Story had a final regular season outing to forget. But Connie Tanaka steps in. He went down looking to Lucas Stone on 3 straight pitches and another called strike to Tanaka. 2 for 3 with a triple, a single, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs scored today. Ball outside, and the count is even at 1-1. Tanaka and Luke Lusky tied for Summit League best, 13 home runs. Tanaka fouls this one off down the first base line for strike 2. He's had 2 this weekend. Started off on Thursday in his first at-bat of the weekend, had one in his last at-bat yesterday. Breaker in there, strike 3, and Tanaka down looking again. He can't believe it. He's got a word for Luis Villalobos as he walks back to the dugout. And he goes down looking for the second time. 59 strikeouts suffered this season by Tanaka. As we said yesterday, talked about it. That new era of baseball player where they're going to produce a lot. They're going to put up a lot of stats, but with that, they're going to take a lot of strikeouts too. Spilele Connie Yates foul tips one into the catcher's mitt for strike 1. Fly ball to center, carrying to the fence, and Spilele does it again here this weekend. Connie Yates with another home run, and the solo shot puts Oral Roberts back up by 8. His 3rd home run of the weekend. He had 2 on Thursday. And he celebrates with the team in the dugout as Cooper Combs comes up to the plate. And Combs nearly goes back-to-back. Was the catch made? Nope, Griffin couldn't handle it. It bounces off the wall, and Combs hustles over for a triple. Combs with his first triple of 2026. And Oral Roberts trying to get those 2 runs right back. Hopefully Mason Griffin okay after he slammed into the wall there trying to make the play and get the Bears out of the inning. But with Martell Davis at the plate, ORU looking to go back up by 9. Combs now 2 for 4 on the day. He singled and scored to lead off last inning. Davis 3 for 3 today. And he was looking for another homer with that upswing. He's got 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Looking for a 4th RBI today. Offers and misses, falls behind 0-2. The 0-2 low and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and miss, strike 3. Minnick applies the tag. But more offense for Oral Roberts by Lele Connie Yates, his 7th home run of the season on the solo shot, his 3rd of the weekend. And the Eagles back up by 8. It's 10-2. We're on to the bottom of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th inning, and a new pitcher for Oral Roberts taking over for Nathan Love in line for the win. It's number 19, Braden Sanford, the junior from Owasso, Oklahoma. First pitch taken for a ball by Ethan Mooser. Middle 3rd for the Bears due up. After Northern Colorado finally got on the board last inning, that one just skips over the shoes of Mooser to the boards. For Sanford this season, a 5.65 ERA. He's got a 3-0 record, making his 12th appearance. He's also got 1 save, 14 1/3 innings pitched, 18 strikeouts to 11 walks, 9 earned runs, 9 total runs on 13 hits. 3-0 to Mooser, who's 0 for 2 today. Takes a strike. Hit into a 4-6 fielder's choice to end the first, and then last time up, leading off the 4th, was ahead in the count. He fouled one off, and great play was made by Cooper Kelly, losing his footing, but still made the catch past the Bears dugout. Mooser with that swing and miss runs the count full at 3-2. Popped up out of play. That one going over 6th Avenue here in Greeley. Sean Nash with you on the Summit League Network and the UNC Bears Athletics YouTube page. Two bouncer to first. A little bit of a bobble. The flip, a bobble again, and safe for Mooser. Cooper Kelly had trouble picking it up off the dirt, had to slide in front to keep it from getting through for an easy base hit. And the pitcher, Sanford, couldn't handle it either cleanly. He bobbled it. If he caught it clean, it's an out. So the Bears with one aboard, down by 8. They will rule that an error. Strike delivered to Sam Pease, 0 for 2 as the DH, but got robbed of a base hit back in the second inning. A diving catch by Cooper Combs out in left field. The 0-1 runs up and in across the letters. Long hold from Sanford. Pitch in the dirt. Maynard able to knock it down cleanly, but wants a fresh baseball. 2-1 the count. Nobody out. Runner on first here for the Bears. Need a couple of rallies to get back into this final game of the regular season. Two teams know they're going to the Summit League tournament. Field's been set since Thursday, just a question of seeding. If the Bears come back and win, no problem. They're the number 3 seed. If they lose, they need South Dakota State to lose to Omaha again tonight to take the 3 seed. Ball 4 up high, and Sam Pease is aboard safely for the first time today. 2 on in front of Mason Griffin, who is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts so far. The freshman gets ready to step in. Some more baseballs for the Saddlebags at home. First pitch. Griffin looks at one outside. Sanford long look back at second. Griffin misses that one on the inside. Count even at 1-1. The 1-1 to Griffin. Cuts and misses again, and the count is 1-2. So Griffin has gone down swinging both times at the plate. In danger of making it 0 for 3 today. Sanford looking for his first out in relief. Won't do it there. Both runners go. It got far enough away. Maynard with a fire down the line at third, and Campbell had to scoop it up hot off the dirt there just to make sure it didn't go out into left field. So both runners advance on the wild pitch. Put him on second and third. No outs and a 2-2 count to Griffin. The 2-2. Griffin, hard liner. And Ellis, I think, got blinded there for a moment. Good step out off second for Pease. He holds up at third. It's an RBI single for Griffin. And Northern Colorado back down by 7. Griffin with RBI number 29 on the year. Mooser, after reaching on the error, able to score. Ellis looked like he had a beat on that thing, and as soon as Mooser took that step off second, Ellis kind of leaned back away from it, and that was enough space that dirt screamer went right past him. And a meeting on the mound here to try to get Sanford settled in. Error walk single. And the Bears trying to rally here in the 6th inning. Jake Bullard up at the plate next. The number 7 hitter today for the Bears. Luis Villalobos goes out and says, hey, meeting over, let's get back to baseball. Sanford will be left in to try to settle things down here in this 6th. Nathan Love still in line for the win. Jake Story in line for the loss, our 2 starters. First pitch on the inside. Bullard, 1 for 2 today. Singled back in the 2nd, his first time up. Most recently, he had a single taken away from him. Hudson Ellis made a great play sliding onto the edge of the dirt out beyond 2nd and just beat Bullard to the bag. 0-1 up and in, count even. The 1-1. Bullard falls behind 1-2. The 1-2. Bullard goes swinging and missing, and he can't go because first base was covered. Griffin takes off. He takes 2nd. But there's one away now. Bullard back to the dugout, and Zeke Minnick up at the plate will try to bring the 2 home in scoring position. He singled and scored last inning. 1 for 2 today. First pitch from Sanford in there, called strike. The 0-1 off the handle. Fair territory, the throw, and the catch clean by Kelly. Keen Campbell not quite on target there, but Kelly covers for him, and there's 2 away. So Brett Barber will try to avoid leaving the 2 stranded. He doubled and scored last inning. And trying to get out in front of Brandon Sanchez again, who brought the 2 runs home last frame for Northern Colorado. He waits on deck. Barber 1 for 2 and swings and misses to start off this at-bat. 6th batter of the inning. Sanford has already surrendered 1 run, so the Bears respond again to the run in the 6th. Grounder to 3rd. Another low throw by Campbell, but Kelly picks it up off the dirt again. Back-to-back 5-3 groundouts. And the Bears leave 2 stranded in scoring position. They do get a run unearned off the reach error by Mooser. And it stays a 7-run lead for Oral Roberts. We move to the top of the 7th. They'll bring up Kelly, Maynard, and Campbell. Top of the 7th inning, Cooper Kelly, who's done a nice job at first base today, has helped cover his teammates a couple of times. He gets plucked right away by Logan Borboa. Borboa starting his second inning of work. Kelly reaches for the third time. He was 2 for 3 with 2 singles up to this point. And the stat line will stay that way. Matthew Maynard at the plate. As a rogue baseball got loose there in front of the on-deck circles, so Zeke Minnick has to go retrieve that. Maynard 1 for 2. 2 RBI single his last time up. Pops this one up out of play first base side. 10-3 Oral Roberts as we start this 7th inning. Both teams have had offense in the last 2 frames. It's been monkey see, monkey do with 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th for both sides. Bears just have had no response for the opening 7 runs, the 4 in the 1st and 3 in the 2nd for Oral Roberts. Pitch in the dirt on the 1-1, and the count moves to 2-1. Fly ball to right center field. Mason Griffin steps in front of Mooser in the gap and able to get to it for out number 1. Keaton Campbell up next out of the 8th spot. 0 for 3, and last couple times he has really hurt Oral Roberts' offensive efforts today. He's hitting the back-to-back double plays. The third flew out to center, and Maynard, for some reason, was told to go from first, so that one not really on him. So he swings and misses at the first offering from Borboa. Last time up in the 5th, it was a ground out to third, turned into a second 5-4-3 double play turned by the Bears today. So 3 double plays by Northern Colorado has at least given them a chance to try to get back into it. Count 1-1 to Campbell. He was also a strikeout victim to end the first against Jake Story. Reaches for that one, misses, and the count is 1-2. One, two, got him. First base covered, can't run. And Borboa has his 3rd strikeout. Hudson Ellis up to the plate. He's 0 for 3 today. Ground out. Fly out to center and a fly out to right. Finishing the 4th time for Oral Roberts' lineup. Ball up and in. Moinell catches the inside edge. The 1-1. Ball outside to move the count to 2-1. Swing and miss, strike 2. And Borboa, one more good pitch can send us to stretch time here for the final time at Jackson Field in 2026. Won't do it with that one. Well outside on the curveball. Full count, 3-2. Payoff for Barboa. Runner goes, and he can stop running and head back to the dugout. Strike 3. Barboa with 4 strikeouts. And Oral Roberts, the scoring streak of 2 innings in a row comes to an end. Bears keep it a 7-run difference, 10-3. They've got 9 outs to find those 7 runs. They'll try to start it with the top of the order. Sanchez, Stone, and Pruski due up. Bottom of the 7th inning, Oral Roberts trying to take a 2-game winning streak into the Summit League tournament and take their 6th Summit League series of the season in 8 tries. New pitcher on the hill, Keaton Ruthart, a redshirt senior from Edmond, Oklahoma. Takes a strike, does Brandon Sanchez, top of the order for the Bears. 4th time through the lineup card. Ball outside, count even at 1-1. Ruthart with a 5.89 ERA this season, 0-1 record, making his 13th appearance, 12th out of the pen. 18 1/3 innings pitched. Sanchez grounder to short. Ellis, another low throw, but another pickup by Cooper Kelly. Kelly reading him time and time again off the dirt. And Sanchez back to the dugout on a 1-for-4 day so far. For Ruthart, he has struck out 20 batters, walked 7, 14 total runs, 12 earned on 24 hits. Jaden Stone takes a strike. He is 1 for 2 today, a single and a walk. Most recently put one all the way to the warning track in left center. Tanaka fielded it, and at the time moved Sanchez from 2nd to 3rd. Back in the 5th inning. Ball 2 up high, count 2-1. The 2-1. Looper stays up high all the way. Three balls, one strike. The 3-1. Stone thought he was walking. So he goes completely off screen here for us. But he has to come back. Full count. Told the Bears dugout his displeasure with the 3-1 being a strike. Check swing foul into the Oral Roberts dugout. Easton Teal, he had to get out of the way of that thing. He's bookkeeping on the edge of the dugout, and that thing nearly got him. 3-2 up high, and now Jaden Stone can walk. Second base on balls for him today. That brings up Logan Pruski, still looking for that first hit this weekend. He's only reached safely twice via walks. Other than that, it's been 0 for, and he's 0 for 3 today. Pop up to foul territory, ground out fielder's choice, and a ground out to short. He's ended innings, the third and the fifth, his last 2 times up. Takes a strike here. The 0-1. Pruski leans away. The 1-1 from Ruthart. Outside, count 2-1. Two one in there, and the count even at 2-2. Pruski stays alive. Ruthart in his second season with Oral Roberts. Previously was at Eastern Oklahoma State. Spent 2 seasons there. Two in the dirt outside. Full count here to Pruski. Back-to-back full counts. And 3-2, and Pruski fouls this one off, dribbles it into the Bears dugout. Let's try the full count again. Pruski fights off another one just over the right shoulder of Maynard. Mr. Villalobos needs a refill of baseballs. See, he hands back. A third 3-2 pitch upcoming. Pruski reaches for this one. Chance for 2. The 6-4 hesitation. And Pruski is safe. Davis, a little bit of double clutch there, standing on second. Not sure what exactly caused the hesitation there. Maybe just a thought of, well, he's close. Maybe not risk the throw and settle for the second out. Well, there's 2 away with a runner on first for Ethan Mooser. Ball inside, just over the tips of the shoes. Mooser reached on an error last inning, came around to score. 0 for 3 today with that run. 1-0 this time, catches the inside edge enough. Mooser with a sky to shallow left. Taken care of by Cooper Combs as he calls off Hudson Ellis. And the Bears have a 4-up, 3-down offensive inning here in the 7th. Nothing to show for it. Still down by 7. Yesterday is where Oral Roberts went crazy in the 8th inning. See if they can do it again and put this one away and close out the series. Logan Borboa back to work for the Bears, facing off against the top of the order for him for the 2nd time. Top of the 8th inning, Logan Borboa still on the hill for UNC. Facing off against the top, Will Edmondson up the middle. Up bounce throw. Barber there in time. The one hopper to Bullard's mitt. And Edmondson retired for the 2nd time in a row. A little Derek Jeter-esque there from Brett Barber. The range across the bag at 2nd. And the jump throw. Makani Tanaka trying to get things back on track. Back-to-back strikeouts looking, and he looks at strike 1 here. 2 for 4 today. The triple and the single over the first 2 innings produced 2 RBIs and 2 runs for himself. Gives away a strike there, dipping for that one, and down to the plate. The count's 0-2. Borboa trying to get him for a 2nd time. Oral Roberts has coasted off those 7 runs in the first 2 innings. Bears have played even since. The appeal, no swing on the check, and the count is 1-2. It's been a complete mirror from the 3rd inning on, as the whole scoreboard just went away. Tanaka, high fly ball to left. Stone's there, and there's 2 away. And thankfully, the whole scoreboard came back as it was. So 2 up, 2 down. Top of the order had their way in the first 2 innings, but since then it's been a bit of a struggle. The only positive the last 3 times through the lineup is Lele Connie Yates, who digs in, had a solo home run last time up in the 6th. Most recent run for Oral Roberts. His 7th homer of the season, 3rd of the weekend after 2 homers on Thursday in the series opener. Barboa wants a fresh baseball on the hill. He's got it. Sets with 11 on the pitch clock left. Connie Yates pops it up at a play towards the parking lot. So Connie Yates is 3 for 4 today. Home run, double, single. He needs a triple for the first cycle since 1997 for Oral Roberts. Ball outside, and the count 1-1. Off the handle, straight back, and the count is 2-2. The 2-2. That one runs up and in, and Connie Yates fouls it off. Right to his teammate waiting on deck. Tyler Broderick getting ready to check in. Would replace Cooper Combs in the order. Foul tip. No, they say no contact. It is strike 3. Throw down to lock it in. And a strikeout for Barboa, his 5th in 3 innings. He's done a great job of at least keeping the Bears at 7 runs down, but they've only got 6 outs to work with offensively. Bottom of the 8th. Got to find at least a few runs, you feel like, here in this frame. It'll be Pease, Griffin, and Bullard trying to start it off. Wilson Kiefer gets to make his first appearance this weekend. The redshirt freshman from Rapid City, South Dakota. Pinch hitting for Sam Pease in the 5 spot. Kiefer with a .318 average, his 30th game appearance. 10 RBIs, 2 doubles on 21 hits. And on the hill, new pitcher for Oral Roberts. It's number 18, Luke Williams, a fellow redshirt freshman from Owasso, Oklahoma. Started off his career last year at the University of Arkansas. Up the middle, Davis the throw in time to retire Kiefer. That brings up Mason Griffin. For Williams, his 20th appearance of the season, he's got a 3-3 record on a 6.65 ERA. Now 23 1/3 innings tossed. 27 strikeouts to 14 walks. 18 runs, 17 of them earned off 24 hits. A strike to Mason Griffin to start off his at-bat. Griffin, an RBI single last time up. He's 1 for 3 today. Scored the most recent run for Northern Colorado by bringing in Ethan Mooser. But he's behind 0-2 here, in danger of his 3rd strikeout of the afternoon as well. The 0-2. Outside all the way. They set up there, see if they could get him to chase, but Griffin holds back. Griffin fouls this one off down the 3rd baseline. Despite the 7-run lead, still a lot of action in the bullpen for Oral Roberts. Coach Fulmar may be thinking, hey, just get some guys some reps here or live action before we have to go do it postseason style on Wednesday. Fly ball to the left, should be no issue. And believe that's still Cooper Combs out there. And there's 2 away. Jake Bullard trying to avoid a 1-2-3 inning here in the 8th. The Bears down by 7 and just 4 outs to work with. Bullard 1 for 3, singled all the way back in the 2nd. Ball 1 outside. The 1-0 across the belt. Bullard ahead 2-0. Strikeout victim his last time up, back in the 6th inning. Strike delivered, top of the zone. 2-1 count. Luke Williams looks for a 1-2-3 frame here in the 8th. The 2-1 runs inside again. 3-1. Hitters count. Swing and miss, full count, 3-2. Bullard, after the cut and miss, takes a lap around the home plate circle. Steps in with just 9 on the pitch clock, so Williams has to go quick here. With 1 second, gets it to go, and it's foul down the 3rd baseline. Just foul. Bullard makes his way back to home plate. A graduate senior playing his final game here at Jackson Field. Could be his last home at bat. The 3-2 again. A pull foul. One hop into the pen for Oral Robertson. Nice snag by whichever coach is out there. Man in the pen. Grabbed it off the one hop. The 3-2 for a third time from Williams to Bullard. And this time it's a base hit for Jake. No 1-2-3 here in the eighth. And Zeke Minnick will get a chance. Check that. It is going to be number 41, Mac Dawsey, batting for the second time this weekend. Dawsey got a chance yesterday at the end of the game. Flew out to center for the second out of the eighth. Takes a ball low and away. Dawsey, a true freshman from Greensville, South Carolina. He is 1 for 11 at the plate here in his inaugural college season. Bouncer to short. Hudson the throw. And Hudson Ellis has it over to first base for the final out. So the Bears get a single, but can't do anything with it. And we're on to the final inning here of regulation here at Jackson Field in 2026. Oral Roberts will look to see if they can add another couple runs to make it even more comfortable heading to the bottom of the ninth. Last chance, we'll see if it's Combs or if they are going to stick with the pinch hitter of Broderick, and Davis and Kelly coming up. Final inning of baseball here. Oral Roberts has carried that 7-0 lead from the top of the second on. The form of 10-3 now, still a 7-run difference. And Tyler Broderick taking over in the fourth spot for Cooper Combs. The 1-0, and they keep letting Logan Barboa out there saying, hey, he's been rolling so far, so they let him start his fourth inning of work. 1-1 count to Broderick. Pitch in the dirt outside. Broderick was the Starting right fielder in yesterday's contest, he went 1 for 4 with an RBI and 2 runs scored. The 2-1, low and inside, 3-1. So it's Broderick and Davis still on deck, so he doesn't get replaced, and then we'll see if it's still Kelly. Broderick with a rip down the right field line, but foul all the way into the corner. Full count, 3-2. Back up the middle, Barboa off the leg. He's able to chase it down. The flip in time. Great job by Logan Barboa. Martell Davis, who's had himself a day. 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Set the tone with a 2-run home run back in the first. Did strike out his last time up in the 6th. Takes the ball inside here to start off the at-bat. Davis has scored twice today as well on the 3 for 4 outing. Foul down the third base line, strike 1. Oral Roberts trying to improve all-time against Northern Colorado to 32-1. Suffering just the second loss in this all-time series history on Thursday. For the Bears, you just got to get rid of those big frames against these guys. They honestly played with them all day yesterday until it fell apart in the 8th inning. Davis delivers another base hit, his 4th of the day. Chance to go for 2. He jogs in with a stand-up double with 1 out. Eighth double this season for Davis. Cole Dudding, who came in yesterday and his first at-bat of the weekend, hit a 2-run home run. The finishing touch on that 14-2 victory. Barboa waits for him to dig in. Dudding holds back here, takes ball 1. Dudding starts the day with a .235 average. Long look back at Davis, the 1-0. Swing and miss to move the count to even out 1-1. Dudding with his 5th home run of the season yesterday. 5 homers, 1 triple, 1 double on just 12 hits this season, and he scored 17 times. So he's made the most of the limited opportunities. The 1-2 out to center. Mason Griffin makes the catch, and there's 2 gone. Two outs with a runner on second. And another pinch hitter. Dawson Walls digging in. Number 15. He never showed us his number there. Dawson, the redshirt senior from Farmington, New Mexico. Came in yesterday, went 0 for 1. Grounded out to third. to end that long 13 batter, top of the 8th for Oral Roberts that produced 9 runs. Strike delivered in the count 1-2. Borboa looking for another strikeout on the day. Doesn't get the call there. He wanted it on the outside low corner. Count 2-2. 5 strikeouts for Borboa, trying to take care of the final 4 innings here today for Northern Colorado. Doesn't get the call again. Full count, 3-2. The payoff. Did he get him to swing? Apparently not. He holds back, and Walls draws the walk. So put 2 aboard. And Keaton Campbell remains in the order in the 8th spot. Trying to get his first hit of the day. 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts, and 2 hits into double plays today. Bouncer to third. Sanchez steps on the bag. And that is how the top of the 9th will end. So Northern Colorado keeps it a 7-run ball game. They need 7 to force us into extras, 8 to try to steal it here in the regular season finale. Could be the final half inning of baseball here at Jackson Field. We'll step aside. It'll be Barber, Sanchez, and Stone as long as there's no changes for Northern Colorado. Brett Barber leads off the final chance for Northern Colorado. Down by 7, so they got to have a huge inning here. 7 to force extras, 8 to try to steal it away and lock in the number 3 seed coming up this week in the Summit League tournament. Number 28, Cash Ferris, will try to close it down and starts things off with a strike. Ferris, the sophomore transfer from Oklahoma State, an even 2.0 ERA. 20th appearance, he's got a 2-2 record. Misses outside, count 1-1. He's thrown 27 innings, 23 strikeouts to 10 walks, just 6 earned runs, 7 total runs on 19 hits. He's got 2 saves this season. Obviously not a save opportunity here. The count 2-1 to Barber, who is 1 for 3 today. Finishes the 4th time through the Bears lineup. Ball 3. One in there, and we got a full count to start off the bottom of the 9th. Stay alive for Barber, fouls one off. We'll see another 3-2. I know the scoreline yesterday, and as of right now, the scoreline today, not pretty for Northern Colorado, but again, I think they'll leave this weekend feeling confident that they can hang with Oral Roberts, and you just hope that it lines up for them. But you only have to beat them once as Barber draws the walk. That would start with either coming back in this one or rooting for Omaha tonight that they can pull off the sweep against South Dakota State. If that happens, then the Bears will hold on to the 3 seed. Brandon Sanchez up to the plate. Starts the 5th time for the order. 1 for 4 today with a 2 RBI double back in the 5th. But you take away that big 8th inning yesterday and just the bad start here today for the Bears over the first 2 frames. They have played even with Oral Roberts once again, taking that win on Thursday. It was only a 3-run game yesterday when we got to that disastrous 8th for them. Strike called on the outside, and the count even at 1-1. And here today, since giving up the 7 through the 2, it's been a complete mirror. Logan Borboa, 4 great innings, just 1 run surrendered on 1 pitch that Vailele Kana-Yates got a hold of. 2-1 to Sanchez. Big thing for the Bears, they've got to get quality outings from each of the 4 starters. Strike called. 2-2. Just trying to read Mike Anderson's mind. I would guess Reese Wagner be the tone setter on Wednesday. And then Ethan Louthan at some point will get a start, you assume. Jake Story will hope to put today behind him. Fly out to right field, and the catch made by Edmondson. And there's 1 gone here in the 9th. And, of course, Trevor Landon looking for his first win of the season. At times, hasn't been on Trevor. He's had good stuff, and bullpen's let him down a few times. That's going to be the key for UNC to survive next week, is lining up the bullpen correctly for guys like Lucas Stone, Mitch Haythorne, of course, Logan Borboa. He can string together outs, man. Jaden Stone looks at a strike on the outside. He's 1 for 2 today. He's reached safely 3 times, twice via the walk. Ball low and inside. I think UNC would really like to see Omaha on Wednesday in that first round. Get the bad taste out of their mouth from how that series ended a couple of weeks ago, and then take your chance against Oral Roberts on the 2nd day. Just hope you can get them then and sit and wait in the finals. That would be the ideal path for UNC. Of course, Oral Roberts, I don't think they really care who they're going to face off. They dominated South Dakota State 6 for 6 against them this season. If it's UNC again, they'll be feeling confident with how they've closed out the final 2 days here. The 1-2 fouled off by Stone. Runner on first, 1 out. 1-2. Stone fouls off another one. For Oral Roberts, they're probably happy that there's no North Dakota State in the tournament this year to steal their bid away like the Bison did last season. After Oral Roberts tied in the regular season with St. Thomas for the Summit League title. Of course, St. Thomas was not postseason eligible last season. A disappointing year for the Tommies here in 2026. Host the tournament and won't even get to play in it. Fly ball to center, Tanaka there, and the Bears down to their final out. Last chance will be Logan Pruski, hoping for his first base hit of the weekend. Got to give a shout out to our Bear Vision crew. Seth Campbell running the camera here, keeping the sights on Logan Pruski. Seth is going to be going to Wyoming, one of our rivals for the Bears, but we won't hold that against him. Going for a master's in jazz studies, but Seth has loved doing sports production, wants to continue that in the future. I'd certainly vouch for him. He's done an awesome job the last couple of years since I've been allowed to be one of the voices here on Bear Vision. Pruski takes a strike, and Silas Vasquez, he's been our engineer all weekend. He's going across the pond. He'll continue his academics at West London. Going for pro acting. So he always keeps us entertained here behind the scenes. I appreciate both of them, the time they put in here for the Bear Vision group. Awesome opportunity to give UNC students a chance to work on live broadcast here in a sports environment. The 1-1. Pruski ahead 2-1. Bears down to their final out here. Runner on first. Long way to go here. I'll try to get back into it. Need at least a 7-run, 2-out rally. Two one in there, and the Bears down to their final strike. The 2-2 runner goes, pitch in the dirt, and Barber there safely on a full count to Pruski. Barber gets his 8th steal of the season. The payoff, 3-2. Inside, and Pruski keeps the game alive. Just keep it moving down the line. That's what the Bears have to do right now with 2 outs. It will not be Ethan Mooser. Instead, here on his senior day, it'll be Easton Bryant getting a chance. The BYU transfer went 0 for 4 with a run scored in the win as the DH on Thursday. Bryant looks at ball 1 outside. .269 average for him on the season. Takes a strike here to even the count out 1-1. Bryant with 1 home run here in a Bears uniform. A couple of triples, 4 doubles. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Liner straight back, and the Bears once again down to their final strike. Cash Ferris trying to close the deal here after allowing 2 aboard. The 1-2 up high. The 2 runners aboard for the Bears both take their leads. 2-2 inside. Full count. Shane Opitz always tells the guys, the assistant coach, back your baseball card doesn't tell the situation, just tells the stats. So even down 7 here with 1 out to work with, go out there and treat it like it's 0-0, new ball game. Both runners go. Grounder to second. Davis bobbles it, but able to get up the throw to first base in time into the mid of Ethan Fender. And Oral Roberts, after losing the opener on Thursday, comes back. And a much-needed bounce back for the guys. They were backpedaling into the postseason, but they finish it off with back-to-back wins. And they will finish the regular season at 32-22 and a dominant 22-6 record in Summit League play. They head into Wednesday as the number 1 seed. For the Bears, they lose control of their destiny. They finish 16-36, 13-15 in league action, and they'll have to wait and see. They'll either be the 4 seed or the 3 seed. If Omaha wins tonight, they'll be the 3. If South Dakota State wins, the Bears will be the 4, and these two teams will have to square off in the first round on Wednesday. Shout out one more time to our Bear Vision crew, Silas Vasquez, Seth Campbell doing a great job on their final broadcast. Amanda Geyer, our producer and engineer, as always. I am Sean Nash signing off here for the final time of the 25-26 school year for the Bear Vision crew. Have a happy summer, and we'll be back in August ready to go with another year of UNC Bears athletics. Oral Roberts wins here on this one, 10-3 over Northern Colorado.